watching News 4 Today.
We are back here with a surprising warning from one of the country's most popular at-home workout brands. Peloton is telling riders to pump the brakes, issuing a voluntary recall of its original bike. Now, the recall involves the model PL01 bikes. Peloton says the seat posts can break, and that poses a risk of falling or getting hurt. The company says it's received 35 reports of that happening, and 13 people have been hurt. If you have one of the affected bikes, there are a lot of them out there, you should reach out to Peloton for a free repair.
That's why I haven't been working out. I'm just afraid the bike might break.
The bike is going to,
it's just like it's too dangerous to consider.
You know? So now that I'll get the recall, I'll get it fixed, and then I still won't use it.
Well, I don't even have a Peloton. But
you want mine?
No, thank you.
Oh, man. Well, with Mother's Day around the corner, some new numbers are showing that people are breaking records to celebrate the important women in their lives.
From flowers to brunches, many people are spending a pretty penny, but the question is how much? So the National Retail Association and Prosper Insights and Analytics say Sunday should set a new record. Americans are expected to spend more than $35 billion this year for Mother's Day. This always stuns me. These numbers always stun me. Okay, the top spenders are people ages 35 to 44, and no surprise, flowers, cards, special outings all take the win for the top 3 Mother's Day gifts.
George Washington University surprised a D.C. high school senior with a full ride scholarship. Jasmine Evans from McKinley Tech is one of 10 scholars to be recognized. We spoke with her today after the big surprise, and as you can imagine, she is extremely excited.
Yeah, I'm just very excited. I don't even know how to feel.
Jasmine Evans has tremendous potential, and we look forward to having her this fall.
Finance won't be a problem anymore with this scholarship, and I really do appreciate that.
The scholarship will cover her tuition, room and board, books and fees for all 4 years. Since 1989, the Stephen Joel Trachtenberg Scholarship has been gifted to more than 200 D.C. students.
Calling on all HBCU students. It's that time of year again to compete for your campus. Home Depot's Retool Your School contest will be awarding 30 HBCUs with grant money of up to $150,000. The grant money will go towards making sustainable improvements to all of the winning schools. Now, in the lead, we have Howard University at number 4, Hampton University at number 7, Norfolk State University coming in at number 10. Online voting can be done on the Retool Your School website and is open from now until Sunday, March 26th. Tesla is under investigation again after 2 drivers said that their steering wheels came off while they were driving. Auto safety regulators are now looking into Tesla's top-selling vehicle, the Model Y SUV. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the probe covers about 120,000 SUVs from the 2023 model year. In both cases, the Model Ys were delivered to customers with the bolt missing that holds the wheel to the steering column. The investigation is the first step before a recall can be issued.
All right, welcome back. 4:23 and some news for your entertainment this morning. The Super Mario Brothers movie put up some high scores at the global box office for its opening weekend.
The film racked up a blockbuster $204 million in its first 5 days. The brother duo topped the opening weekend record for a movie based on a video game. It also stands as the biggest opening weekend of the year. You might be wondering, how did they do it? Well, the game, the characters, and the storyline appeal over multiple generations, they say. More than half of the ticket buyers were between the ages of 18 and 34.
I mean, I was never huge on video games, but we had the, original Nintendo.
I think, yes.
And my brother and I would play all the time.
Oh, yeah. So I'm very curious to see. I would watch it.
I would watch it too.
Yeah. Okay, Star Wars fans will definitely be watching this in our house. Lucasfilm's president is making your wish come true. 3 new films and a prequel series now in the making.
That's right. The president announced that the films will be set at different times. One will be set in the deep past. The second will take place 15 years after the events of the 2019 film Rise of Skywalker. And the final film will be set in the present and close out the current Disney Plus series. One of the showrunners says she intends to tell the story from the perspective of the villains. Right now, there's no release date set for any of the films.
Okay.
It is 5:23 and news for your entertainment. Don't even get me started. Saturday Night Live had a fan favorite return to late nights.
That's right. Comedian Molly Shannon continued her trip down memory lane while hosting SNL, and she brought back one of her funniest characters, Jeannie Darcy. She appeared in a skit about a fictional Netflix live comedy special, which poked fun at Chris Rock's recent live stand-up. As you can imagine, Jeannie Darcy could not deliver a solid joke during the sketch. Shannon created this memorable character in her SNL run from 1995 until 2001.
It was a pretty funny show.
It was a pretty funny episode. So Timothée Chalamet is booked and busy this year, you could say, with 2 movies set for release in the coming months. The actor has another movie up his sleeve.
This is very interesting. He is going to portray Bob Dylan in the upcoming biopic, A Complete Unknown. The film will unveil the story of a 19-year-old Dylan coming to New York with no money. It will follow his quick rise to fame in just 3 years. Director James Mangold tells Collider that Chalamet will do his own singing for the role. Filming is expected to start in August. I can see that. If you had to choose between Italian or Mexican food, which would come out on top?
Well, the answer might depend on your age. For me, it's definitely Italian. But in 2022, a study by Data Essential found that baby boomers and Gen Xers are more likely to go for the Italian dish, but millennials and Gen Z would rather eat Mexican. Really? The food isn't the only reason for the popularity surge of Mexican cuisine. Tequila is set to pass vodka as the #1 selling spirit in the country. That I believe. And yes, margaritas are the most popular cocktail.
So Arlington County Police are still trying to figure out what caused a fight that ended in gunfire this morning. The incident happened near South Kenmore Street in the Green Valley area of Arlington County. And when officers got there, they spotted and chased a suspect on foot. 2 people were then taken into custody and a gun was found on the scene. And no one was shot, but 2 people were injured and transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Happening today, a grand jury will hear evidence in the shooting death of Jayland Walker. Last June, police in Akron, Ohio, shot and killed him after a traffic stop. Officers fired 90 rounds at Walker, hitting him 46 times. The officers involved in the shooting have not been identified. The officers returned to work after more than 3 months of leave. The evidence comes less than 2 weeks after the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation completed its investigation.
Vice President Kamala Harris will make history again at the end of this month. She will be the first woman to deliver a commencement speech for a West Point graduation ceremony. It is a tradition to have vice presidents speak at the different federal service academies, and the U.S. Military Academy will be welcoming her at their graduation on May 27th. The Academy superintendent said they look forward to her inspiring remarks.
All right, 5:24 now. Time for some news for your entertainment. The Weeknd could soon be no more.
Really? The artist says that he's ready to get rid of the name and could be retiring it pretty soon. We got like a Prince situation going on?
Maybe.
Is that what's going on? The Weeknd is working on his last album and plans to close the chapter on his stage name. The 4-time Grammy winner announced the news in W Magazine, saying that he wants to, quote, kill the Weeknd and be reborn. That doesn't mean that we won't get music from him anymore. It could be under his real name, which is Abel. We expect to see him take a new path in his career, including an upcoming role in a movie and an HBO limited series.
One of your favorite home goods stores might have to close their doors soon. Bed Bath & Beyond is preparing to file for bankruptcy. The major change could happen in just a few weeks. Since January, shares have gone down about 86% after mentioning bankruptcy as an option. Bed Bath & Beyond needs to raise $300 million from stock sales by next Wednesday, and if they don't, the company may have to make that move.
All right, welcome back. 6:24. A little news for your entertainment here on a Tuesday. Can you guess which Chicago-based restaurant show is making a comeback?
Would it be The Bear?
You read it. You read it in there.
Drama comedy The Bear, which I actually really like, is coming back for season 2. Yeah, it was good. The award-winning show is all about a young chef who returns home to run his family's beef shop after a tragedy. Viewers can expect to have 10 episodes and focus on the new restaurant's opening. The show became one of the most watched half-hour series and won a Golden Globe as well. Now, The Bear will premiere on June 22nd. It's going to be on FX and Hulu, and that's my kind of show because I can't do these long 10 seasons and they're all an hour episode. Right. It's like a half hour. You can just get right through it.
Yeah.
Inflation has finally hit its lowest level after 2 years. Since last summer, inflation has been consistently decreasing each month for almost a year. While that's a step in the right direction, policymakers are still worried this won't be enough to help struggling families. Many people already dealing with rising rent prices and higher household costs. Policymakers will make a decision on what's to come after the next Federal Reserve meeting set for June.
Welcome back at 6:23. And news for your entertainment. Marvel fans, mark your calendars and get ready for one last fight.
Samuel L. Jackson is back as Nick Fury in a new Disney Plus miniseries called Secret Invasion. The just-released trailer gives fans a sneak peek into his mission to uncover a scheme against rebel Skrulls. The miniseries is going to give light to Nick Fury's vulnerable side. The miniseries will also star Emilia Clarke, Don Cheadle, Olivia Colman, and Martin Freeman. Secret Invasion premieres on Disney Plus on June 21st.
Football fans will have even more to talk about tonight. We are just about 100 days away now from the 2023 NFL season, and today is the day the league releases its regular season schedule. So Commanders fans, you'll find out when to plan for those home games against all the rivals, the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, all those ones we don't like. We'll also get a sneak peek at some of the first games on the schedule coming up this morning on the Today Show. The full release comes later on tonight at 8 o'clock. All right, get ready for Sunday Night Football.
2 special musical events are coming to our area.
Yes, first up is a surprise announcement from the Jonas Brothers, the Joe Bros as they're called. On Tuesday, the band announced 3 secret shows. One of them coming to Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, that show will be in Baltimore, April 28th. So really soon, next week.
Wow.
If you want to grab tickets, you have to act fast. The deadline for fans to register is tomorrow at 1 p.m. and then verified fan ticket sales will be available through Ticketmaster. And we know how those go, folks. Beyonce, Taylor Swift, you know your chances here. Selected fans will receive an access code to purchase tickets starting Friday. Their new album called The Album will be released May 12th.
Well, local volunteers came to the rescue of an eaglet that fell from its nest.
Yeah, one of 3 eaglets near the Dulles Greenway in Leesburg fell about 1:30 Monday morning. So let's go ahead and take a live look at the nest cam right now. All right, you see some action there this morning. Now, the eaglet that fell was found at the bottom of that tree. Volunteers checked it out and transported the eaglet to a local wildlife center. The Dulles Greenway Eagles Facebook page posted that that eaglet is not injured and they're working on safety measures for her. All 3 eaglets are about a week away from being ready to leave that nest.
We'll take a look at some unbelievable video from Arkansas. A massive oak tree completely crushed a home in Conway Thursday morning. Heavy rain from the night before lifted this 600-year-old tree, they say, from its roots. One woman had to be rescued from inside her home after the tree crashed into her bedroom. She was not hurt. Well, the Preakness Stakes happens this weekend in Baltimore. Kentucky Derby winner Mage is on track to run the Preakness, resuming the chase for horse racing's first Triple Crown since Justify in 2018. Now, of course, we're ready to see the horses race, but cannot ignore the fashion statements and styles. It's normal for us to think our clothing is the most important part of an outfit, but at Preakness, you really have to think head to toe.
So you want to pick your hat first, because what we sometimes run into is that by being the spring and there's so many vibrant, beautiful colors, sometimes we want to add all those colors in or we don't know, but the hat is what makes the statement.
Margie Hicks has styled even Maryland's first lady for a Preakness Day. So if you are running fashionably late for your outfit, just remember it starts from the crown down. You can watch all the excitement of the 148th Preakness Stakes right here on NBC4. NBC Sports coverage begins at 4:30. Post time is set for 6:50.